Whispers in the walls. In a small, forgotten town nestled deep within the woods, there was an old house that no one dared to enter. It had been abandoned for years, its windows shattered, and its doors hanging on broken hinges. But it wasn't the dilapidated state of the house that frightened the townsfolk, it was the whispers. Local legends told of a family that had once lived there, a mother, father, and their young daughter. They were quiet people, rarely seen outside, but always polite when spoken to. That is, until the day they simply vanished. The townsfolk speculated that they had left in the dead of night, fleeing from some unspeakable horror. Others believed something far darker, that they had never left at all. The house remained empty for years. But every so often, someone would hear the whispers. They'd start as faint murmurs, barely audible, like the rustling of leaves in the wind. But as you got closer, the voices grew louder, clearer, until you could make out the words. One rainy evening, a group of teenagers, eager to prove their bravery, decided to explore the house. They laughed nervously as they approached, the cold wind biting at their faces. The leader of the group, a boy named Jake, pushed open the front door, which creaked ominously as it swung inward. The others followed hesitantly, their flashlights slicing through the darkness. The inside of the house was worse than they had imagined. The air was thick with dust, and the floorboards groaned under their weight. Old furniture, covered in white sheets, loomed like ghosts in the dim light. The teenagers crept through the rooms, finding nothing but decay and shadows. Then they heard it, a faint whisper, coming from within the walls. At first, they thought it was just the wind. But the voices grew louder, more insistent. "Help us!" The voices pleaded, barely more than a breath. The group froze, their hearts pounding. Jake, trying to keep his composure, led them deeper into the house. The whispers seemed to follow them, growing more desperate with every step. "They are coming," the voices warned. The group stumbled into what must have once been the living room. In the center of the room was an old, dusty mirror, its surface covered in grime. But as the flashlights passed over it, something strange happened. The grime seemed to clear away, revealing a reflection that wasn't quite right. In the mirror, they saw themselves standing in the room. But there were others behind them, figures with hollow eyes and twisted smiles. The teenagers spun around, but the room was empty. Their reflections, however, remained surrounded by the sinister figures. Panicking, one of the girls screamed, and the reflection of the figures in the mirror moved closer. The whispers grew louder, almost frantic now. "You can't leave," the voices hissed. "Stay with us. Forever."
Fuck her